Hello guys, this is Rika Rocks 2001 here. Today I'm going to review the SuperPad 64 Plus made by Interact. Now a lot of you know, or if you've seen one of my other videos, I actually did a review on the other version of the SuperPad I own. It looks something like this. I gave the score on this a 3 out of 5. My issue is the Z trigger that will wear out from time to time. But if you don't mind the Z button wearing out, just press it carefully, otherwise it'll break at some point. To prevent that, I recommend putting super glue around the plastic. It'll last a bit longer, or probably a lot longer. I don't know how it'll work, but do that in mind. But today I want to talk about the SuperPad Plus that I have. Now the differences between, there is another version of this controller without the plus feature, which is basically missing these turbo functions. But that isn't really needed if you want it. But let's compare it to a regular controller. The thumbstick is a lot better than the official one. Not only the placing, but the performance. It's a metal joystick. I'm not going to take it apart. But first, it may get some time to get used to it, because you have to go a little to the right if you're going up, and a little to the left if you're going down, a little up if you're going left, and a little down if you're going right. But if you play a game like Super Mario 64, you shouldn't have problems. And everyone knows the thumbsticks on the official controller will wear out. That's if you use it a lot and play a lot of Mario Party. But you know. Up here are the slow and auto buttons. Slow is rapidly start. Auto is if you hold down this and press a button, then hold down the button, it will rapidly press the button fast. Start button pauses the game. The A and B buttons are concave, and the letters are next to the buttons. Unlike the official controller, they're convex and on the buttons. The C buttons are like a diamond shape on the official controller, while the SuperPad Plus and the regular SuperPad had it like a Sega Genesis 6 button or Sega Saturn controller. If you know the Sega Saturn controller, it has a layout similar to this ABCXYZ. To some people it may be an issue. To me, I don't have a problem with it. In fact, some people actually may like this button configuration. The D-pad on it feels pretty good. Some people say it's bad. I think they're wrong, in my opinion. The D-pad on the actual controller feels pretty good. In fact, I think it's better than the Super Nintendo directional pad, in my opinion. It's much smoother. The shoulder buttons, they feel pretty good. The R button's actually bigger than the L button because of the design. On the official controller, both the L and R button are the same size. They feel good in the hands. And on the back of the controller, you have the Z button, which is right here. I kind of wish it was right where my finger is pointing, but what can you expect? And on the official controller, it's right here. The trigger on the official controller, I have no problem with it. In fact, I like the placing of the trigger, so you can shoot people like in GoldenEye. I give this controller a 4 out of 5. It is a must-have controller, but there is one issue. It's not the thumbstick, it's not the directional pad, it's not the design of the controller. It's the cord thickness. Now, at some point, this part will break off, and I just don't like the thickness of the cord of this controller. That's my only complaint. However, the length of the controller is amazing. In fact, it's actually a bit longer than the official one. But that's my review of the SuperPad 64 Plus. If you want to pick this up, I say go for it. But you could also get the one without the turbo functions. If you don't use the turbo functions, you can go for the one without them. It's no different, except for the color of the PCB board. This one will be green, and the other one would be brownish gray if you take them apart. I should mention, if you disassemble it, the Z button will be attached to a ribbon cable, and there will be a screw holding this button right here. So be careful when you try to take it apart, because you could actually snap the Z button, and that would be bad. That's my review. Thanks for watching.